Tonight meant something to me. Tomorrow I may not do a stream though, because I don't want to flood the market with gold. Listen, guys, I've learned from the Jews false scarcity. I'm just joking. False scarcity is evil. Rogan told me that as advice. He called me once to give me advice. He's like, you put out so much stuff, like save it, make people like want it more, and then just like drop it out, make sure it's exactly what you want to say. Blah blah. I'm like, no, that's false scarcity. That's manipulative. How about I give my audience hours a day, and if they want to listen, they can. And if not, fuck it. It doesn't make me more valuable to fake scarcity. I know who does that? De Beers Diamonds. Jews. They have warehouses of diamonds that they just keep to make diamonds expensive so that how much you love your woman is how much money you give them. It's brilliantly fucked up. Dude, Joe Rogan was in the Lord of the Rings as Gollum. I was also in Lord of the Rings. I was just one of the random guys that just got killed off real early. Has anyone here ever pissed the higher ups off so bad that your power got shut off and your cell phone got shut off at the same time? I have. Good for you. I was explaining to my mom AI because I was like warning her about like CIA emails and concerned trolling and stuff, and she gets it totally. And I told her, I'm like, I'm so fucking thankful for you, Mom, because Dad's a retard. Like, he's like, is something wrong? Are you going to kill yourself? It's like, Dad, they don't even know. Like, they're trying to get you to think that. So if shit goes wrong or I'm discredited, I'm like, my mom totally got it. And then we started having a conversation. I'm like, there's not that many people in charge of all this. So a lot of them don't even know I exist. I'll trigger someone, someone writes a report. This guy's going off the narrative. He's got influence, blah, blah. They type my name in a computer. This is my speculation. AI. A lot of these people writing aren't even human. They get information about me. They use the same fucking shit that has been honed in academia of how to manipulate the mind. And that's all they do. That's why I'm getting a little less scared of someone actually killing me. The amount of people in control of the narrative is so small, and they have so many people calling them out now, kind of. I mean, granted, I'm a little on the forefront and I have a big reach, so I'm very threatening, but like the tactics is they'll take out like a demographic with bots, and they'll like fill your stream with so many fucking like Nazis and socialists and pedophiles and all this stuff so that other people start thinking that that's your audience, and then you're discredited and they shut you out. No one's sitting there doing it. I thought that someone at YouTube literally was sitting there doing this to me because it would be like censored by Google, and some of your messages wouldn't even come up. And I'm like, someone just watching this in real time, and I'd start talking about something fucked up and they shut it down. It's automated. Like, I will say a word sometimes and my fucking stream will just, no one's doing it. It's algorithms. These fucking people, there's like 9 of them, and they're just indulging. They're literally just at some vegan place talking about being polyamorous. No one's at the wheel. That's why, oddly, I'm hopeful. It's like we build. And that's why I'm not really scared about being kicked off. It's like, oh, you just called out the Jews, you're going to be kicked off. No one's at the wheel, guys. It's bots, it's AI, it's the amount of people. That's why I always say hit the like button, share it, because the algorithms will react. The more thumbs up you have versus the complaints versus all the shit, even people in the narrative, even these fucking socialist retards, they'll still get demonetized if enough people complain because there's no one at the wheel. It's like Otto von Bismarck's fucking alliances pre-World War I, and a lot of it started clicking into place. No one was there guiding it. That's a big problem with the size of our government, is we can't even do anything anymore because no one's there. Like, that's why when people say like, oh, if we faked the moon landing, we'd have to kill so many people who knew the secret. It's like, does no one study anything? Like how an institution works? It's just like climate scientists. Set up a situation where you only get government grant money if you agree that the world's getting hotter. And the way to get rid of it is to kill people and have all the energy controlled by Bill Gates. Well, I don't believe that. Oh, you don't get any grant money. You're not going to be able to publish it. Turns out 97% of scientists agree. Meanwhile, tons are like, no, it's total bullshit. And they're like, he's not been peer reviewed. and he has no money to do any research. Does no one see that? That's that's why Yuri is so terrifying to me, where it's like people will be able to see in front of their own eyes the truth, and they will not be able to accept it until a jackboot is on their testicles, and then they have no use. That's why I get scared and why I do 3-hour podcasts, because I'm like, you're going to die if you can't understand these very, very simple concepts. Because it's not that you're so dumb. I used to think, that's why I'd be like, oh, I have a high IQ. Maybe you're so fucking retarded, you can't understand it. It's all good. This isn't high IQ stuff, guys. Simple carrot and stick. What motivates people? What doesn't motivate people? What punishes people? And what motivates people? When you watch the Oscars, meanwhile, America elected Donald Trump. The Hollywood is supposed to make movies that America wants to watch. Can you imagine anybody on that stage saying anything good about Donald Trump? Does that represent America? Or is that carrots and sticks? Anyone who likes Trump is not allowed to speak. Hey, look, a consensus. Look at NASA. Okay, you do this job. You do this job. You do this job. I don't think we went to the moon. Prove it. Well, I'm responsible for this one thing here. And it's like, well, that is just that thing. You break up responsibilities so no one sees the big picture. The head of the NSA, like big CIA people, have openly talked about how this works. There will be a whole operation. And the whole reason for the operation is one little tiny thing. Like, let's say there's a whole operation for like counting salmon. And they employ 1,000 people to count salmon in a river. And everybody's so fucking fired up about it. And they're like, be very secretive. There's a salmon problem. Meanwhile, the whole thing is just to spy on one house on the river. That happens all the time. Whole operations are to hide other operations. I think climate change is to start making people want chemtrails. Bill Gates is already saying he's going to spray shit in the atmosphere to reflect the sun so that we won't die in a blaze of global warming. And people are like, yes, give me chemtrails. The whole thing about global warming is to control energy and to make people okay with spraying shit in the atmosphere. You want to bet? Otherwise, it makes no fucking sense. There are environmental catastrophes. Bees. Without bees, there's no pollination. Everything fucking dies. The bee population is tanking. No one gives a fuck. Everyone's like, oh, climate change. And meanwhile, fucking, what's that guy's name? Who looks like his head looks like a tampon. Scott Adams, who I respect in a weird way, even though he's a fucking retard sometimes. He's like, people say rich people buy houses on the beach. Am I wrong? Fact check me here. But rich people, I'm a rich guy. We buy a house on a beach. And if it fucking goes away, we just buy another one. Like, I live on a fault line. It's like, Scott, retard, it's about mortgages. So are the banks giving 30-year fixed loans rich guys? If there was actually evidence, people giving loans and insurance wouldn't insure or give loans to beaches. I get so frustrated when people are so arrogant about their response. It's like, you guys don't understand rich guys. A rich guy will buy a mansion and it burns down and we're like, well, I liked it when I was here, but fuck it, we'll go somewhere else. That's valid. Nothing to do with the point. A bank giving a 30-year mortgage would not allow you to take $2 million from them if you lived in a place that will be flooded in 3 years. They don't work as rich guys. They work in algorithms, risk, reward. They're Jews. Do you think they're going to lose money? They're Jews. Jesus.